Announcement received. Announcement received.
Excellent timing. That's more like it.
symphony of eggs. Oh, they're so cute. Assistants are painfully slow.
Not fail. Rise, my elemental friend.
Torches are needed.
I mean, don't get me wrong, strawberries have time to shine. You know, ice cream is just running the game. The lemon berry
Activation trigger, and
yeah, it seems like Austin hasn't having these abilities baked into your mana base.
exactly, just always having a
Round timer started.
feature of the standard format.
I love this here. Ether Gas on the Rotten
Harness the elements.
Which means no big untapping in return for Autumn. So if Autumn, and it looks like he sure can, then that's going to do it. Autumn is going to have nothing left.
Right, so the Reclamation go on top, which Autumn had to do, hoping that there wasn't another Night Pack ambusher.
Yeah, and that's game one. going to Austin Versovich. So as we go into sideboarding here, I'm sure both players know exactly what they want for this matchup. We see Nightpack Ambusher jumping into the deck for Autumn Bichette. Austin going out to the 4-4, I believe. What are we looking at in sideboarding here for the mirror?
So a lot of what I would expect is custom expo, how heavy you think your opponent is going to be on the control angle. Glancing at Versovich having access to so many copies in the gate, I would be surprised if Autumn is very high on the Wilderness Reclamation angle in their deck.
And we see the same mini straight for both players of Reclamation, Expansion Explosion, and Uro. Copies of beats all hitting the bench, and that shows you just how much the dynamic changes in this matchup, where those are three of the most important cards in the main deck that make this such a fair to play against. It's not really what these post-sideboard games are about a lot of the time.
It feels like a much more subtle game, similar to what Versovich was doing game one. I know that Sublime Epiphany was a big, flashy thing to do, but what really decided that game was just different mana exchanges that kept breaking in Versovich's favor.
Yeah, we see a Spectral Sailor creeping into Autumn's deck there, just on the far left. And Autumn has a very diversified sideboard, lots of different tools for lots of different matchups. Commence the Endgame, a familiar card for these Growth Spiral mirrors. We see that come into play. Brazen Borrower as well. So some familiar stuff and also some new stuff here for both players.
Right. Those Commence the Endgames in particular is something that really helps you capitalize on the game with a ton of cards in your hand. And you just make something that is any threat in the deck. It feels like extra copies of Shark Typhoon in terms of...
It looks like, unfortunately, Sublime does hit the bench. Understandable in a matchup which is more of a flash game post-sideboard and having this kind of clunky 6-mana thing that walks into Mystical Dispute, maybe not where you want to be.
Right, last game...
Be wary of the ground you
went
walk
off without a
on.
hitch and got to do the big flashy thing that he did.
Also a clunky 6-mana instant, but one that gets around Mystical Dispute and Negate, and really any other form of in this matchup.
Right.
Looks like Versovich going down to 6 stars. No, Versovich, there we go. Orienting our players properly here, so Austin down to 6 cards, but he has early interaction with the 4 cards and an Uro to make his land drop faster and maybe find some action here.
Yeah, and look at Autumn. The magic formula lands in Growth Spiral, finding another blue off the top to hold up a Mystical Dispute or Versovich's Growth Spiral if he were to find one.
Which he does, and Growth Spiral leaving off the top of the deck for Austin Versovich. And so now, Autumn turn 3 on the draw, still gets a hold up Nightpack Ambusher and Shark Typhoon, and 2, I guess, 3 different forms of interaction.
And Autumn Bichette, a mythic champion with a blue flash deck, is not the kind of player that you want to play against piloting this type of spell.
And that that mono blue deck that Autumn won that Mythic Championship with, that deck had to get really scrappy. You know, this was putting Curious Obsession on 1/1 flyers. This deck is a stock full of pennies. You know, this deck has some more heavy hitters in it.
Yeah, this is a situation where you're not going to see anything like Merfolk Trickster. Every card is a Tempest Gen, and it's all about sequencing your Tempest Gens and negates correctly.
Absolutely. So Nightpack Ambusher here, forcing the issue on the Growth Spiral. Imagine we'll meet an Ether Gust. The weakness of Ether Gust is if you have nothing else going on, you can put your threat back on top and you're in exactly the same spot next turn.
Yeah, it would not be hard just to see Autumn draw Slam Ambusher past turn.
And that's especially a more common line post-sideboard when Wilderness Reclamation is, often there are fewer copies in the opponent's deck, and there are fewer things they can immediately do with that mana, so you just have to live in mortal fear of that being their response.
Right, in a lot of ways it feels like slamming Nightpack Ambusher, looking your opponent in the face and saying check. If you make it a turnaround with that Nightpack Ambusher, it's frequently just going to spell Doom. That's exactly what we saw last game, and it is the game that Autumn is likely to fourth here.
Especially with Dispute and Negate being started. If Autumn gets to untap with the Ambusher, I think the game is going to be in their favor very quickly. Austin does have Brazen Borrower, so Petty Theft can be another temporary delaying tactic. Quickly, otherwise here. This game is going to be out of reach.
About what that either just a moment ago, because they know how land oriented.
Right, and maybe the fifth land is almost as important as the mirror-breaking Nightpack Ambush effect.
Right.
Behold, nature's true
You
power.
want to back up a Nightpack Ambusher with, or any of the threats you draw for that matter. Making sure you can hit your land drops, develop to the battlefield is all so huge.
Now, one of the things you're going to see, Nightpack Ambusher is a monster, so they can't be anything like a land drop from the Uro.
Yeah, I would expect the Nightpack Ambusher to come here because casting Uro signals that
Ugh, I
tapping
feel
out
like
here
death.
is something like good result.
There is a big bad wall. And Austin will be able to bounce it back with a petty there. To maybe hold up an escaping Uro, but and yeah, there is some mystical skew. So if Autumn had waited, they would have fallen into exactly that